The PULS is a Victoria-wide survey which explores how people see, understand and engage with their law. We're talking to 6,000 Victorians face to face, asking them about their experience in navigating law and everyday legal problems. The PULS will give us clearer understanding of how the public see the law in their lives and will help governments and legal services develop policies and offer services that make a real difference to people. Central to this approach is listening to people, their needs, capabilities, and ability to resolve what are called justiciable problems. That's issues in our lives which might have a legal solution. These problems are found everywhere. We're all going to encounter them at one time or other. Justiciable problems include issues with faulty goods and services, money and debt, housing, employment, family relationships, neighbours, personal injury, and much more. These types of problems are part of everyday life, but they can be life-changing and traumatic. These justiciable problems can have a profound impact on relationships, health and well-being. And just because a problem might have a legal solution does not mean it will involve one. Research around the world shows us that the number of people using legal services or the formal justice system, like courts and tribunals with their problems, is just the tip of the iceberg. Looking solely at this information reveals only a fraction of what is needed for effective access to justice policy. If you want the whole iceberg, you're going to need to get your feet wet, with the most common approach being the legal needs survey. The findings could show we need new ways of helping people, support or point to improvements to our current approaches, but whatever the results, we'll be able to look at the whole iceberg. If you want to understand people's experience of and response to justiciable issues, then the legal needs survey is a tried and tested method. Legal needs surveys explore whether people have had problems, and if so, which ones, how often, what they did about them, if anything, how problems might relate to each other and other parts of people's lives, and how were they resolved, if they were. Legal needs surveys findings highlight opportunities for change to better align support with need. This can be change in regulation, intervention, service design and delivery. The PULS will help improve legal needs surveys and the significant role they play in finding effective responses for the community. Now, legal needs surveys are great, but they only give part of the picture. Legal capability provides another important dimension. The PULS is a legal needs survey, but it's also a legal capability survey. When thinking about individuals, legal capability is the collection of knowledge, skills and attributes needed to navigate legal issues and make informed decisions about whether and how to use the law in legal processes. The PULS will give us a better insight because capturing legal capability is central to understanding whether legal needs are met and therefore whether there is access to justice. A legal need is considered unmet if a justiciable issue cannot be appropriately dealt with because effective legal support is not available to bridge the gap in legal capability. Where legal need is unmet, there is no access to justice. People developing legal needs surveys have now started to think about what else could improve our understanding, including trying to capture aspects of people's legal capability. The PULS is a major advance in this way of thinking, shifting the dial much further from traditional legal needs surveys towards measuring legal capability. This includes questions measuring whether people have knowledge of their legal rights, have confidence when facing legal problems, have practical legal literacy, think the law is relevant, see lawyers as accessible, trust lawyers, and have digital skills to address legal problems. In asking these kinds of questions, we hope to have a much clearer picture of why people take particular paths when faced with these kinds of problems. So the PULS will help progress how we understand legal capability. The PULS findings will explore a range of issues and circumstances that contribute to legal need, including which groups of people are particularly susceptible to problems, multiple problems, or certain types of problem, and whether this matches our assumptions. The geographic patterning of problems and whether legal support in those areas reflects demand. What people do about problems and the barriers they face. What prompts people to take particular paths to justice? Who has particular legal capabilities and who doesn't? and what this means for the way people tackle legal problems. Most importantly, we hope the new insights on legal capability creates opportunities for policy making, service design, regulation and reform that better reflects people's needs and capabilities. The PULS will also provide a valuable baseline for evaluating programs and tools for monitoring change. Fundamentally, the PULS will provide essential evidence to support better justice in Victoria.